Shortage of safe and clean water, poor sanitation and hygiene are some of the challenges faced by the communities in Agago district. When partners under the Uganda Wash Alliance intervened in the year 2017 with the Wash SDG program, a ray of hope for improved living conditions, particularly in the access to safe, clean water, hygiene and sanitation became a reality to the communities. In this film, we'll look at the project actions that have led to the registered improvements in the WASH SDG program area.
The Uganda Wash Alliance Agago sub-program is basically a project aimed at increasing access and improving behavior change of people in the Agago community, and is basically anchored on three core objectives. One, to increase demand for better wash facilities and practices. Two, increase sustainable wash service provision. And thirdly, to improve the wash governance systems in Agago.
Kubwal Primary School in Kalong Town Council faced challenges of inadequate sanitation facilities. The previous facilities had been collapsing because of the loose soil texture and floods. The school has a population of 417 pupils and 9 teachers who share the same toilet of 3 stances. This led to time wasting and humiliation of the girls who lacked privacy, especially during their menstruation.
Most of our sisters, they have been dropping out of school because of menstruation, mismanagement of menstruation.
They were facing a lot of problems. The toilets were sinking down. Communities, they were trying their level best at least to get a way whereby the facilities could run better, but all in vain.
Most of them have been collapsing, and they have collapsed about, if you can see this side, there are about 5, the other side there are 2. So in total there are 7, and you find that the district or the school is still repeating the same mistake of constructing the same type of technology that do not suit the environment.
Through the WASH SDG 6 program, an EcoSan toilet was constructed at Kubwal Primary School to improve sanitation and hygiene.
It's a new technology that has been brought in Agago. It's the first of its kind. We have constructed this facility in 2 schools in Agago district. We have one in Kubwal, which we are in right now, and then the other facility, it's in Ayue Palaro.
After the intervention, at least we are getting good change. The learning pupils are getting at least good facilities like to help themselves. And also community, they are also feeling happy when their children are getting some good facilities like that.
In our facility that we have constructed, it has a changing room for girls. In that changing room, there's a pipe that is connected inside the washroom, which help our girls when they're in school during their periods. It is easy for them to go and change, dress up themselves from that room. Then they get themselves in class when they are fresh like any other pupils. We have trained the pupils on how to use the facility. Immediately after using it, after using the facility, you're supposed to put there the hose. There are always 2 pits. One is closed and one is operating. When this one which is operating is full, you can alternate to the other one and close this other one which is full. You open the other one, the fresh one. So after 6 months, you are able to scoop out the waste from this other facility which is full, and that one can help us as manure in our garden.
Kamanoji village in Geregere sub-county encountered episodes of recurrent floods during the rainy seasons. Toilets were washed away by the floods, leading to severe sanitation consequences.
They will be forced out of their houses during rainy season. They go somewhere else until when there's dry season, that's when they come to their home. Even with their latrines, they cannot dig the latrine.
In November 2021, joint efforts to save the environment, JESE, intervened by sensitizing communities on flood control.
We had a community dialogue in the parish of Latinling, especially in Nam Central Village, Kamonojui, and Latinling Nam. We have created trenches of about 1,500 meters in Kamonojui to reduce on the floods in the area. This was after the community coming up with simple doable actions, which one of them was the making of the trenches and also building of the resilient latrines.
Ever since these trenches were dug, they no longer migrate to other areas, as in going to dig, farm in other areas. They are now doing farming in their home area. The latrines are not now falling so much because of the new technology that they were introduced on. They are now sleeping even in their houses. And these trenches, the way they've dug in a unique way, whereby the water is collected somewhere and their animals can go and graze.
The sanitation facilities under promotion have a slightly raised pit built with bricks and cement with an extra 2-inch extension created on the sides. The raised floor keeps the wall away from the reach of water runoffs, which reduces impacts of floods.
So during the implementation of those, the community were trained on the construction of climate resilient latrine. And as I talk now, there are few households that have constructed.
Not all households can afford the cost of constructing sanitation facilities. To support such communities, the program introduced Community Wash Financing, an initiative through which communities could access credit to have the facilities. AMREF Health Africa conducted a series of trainings on formation of village savings and loans associations where these loans can be acquired. Members of Kije Borehole Savings and Loans Association at Kije Village, Amiel Parish in Lapono Sub-County, are meeting to make their payments and following up on their savings. The association was formed in September 2018 with 30 members, and the membership has kept on increasing.
They were having problem with water. Sometimes when they collect the money, finds they use the money, it will not be enough even for operation and maintenance for this borehole. When the borehole got spoiled, now they have to begin looking for other people. But AMREF came and again rehabilitated this borehole for them and trained them about the sanitation and hygiene. Then through that, trained them out to be in a group, Village Saving and Loan Association. So for them, they started doing the saving by collecting 5,000 for each members. Then again, they also go and collect money per household, 1,000 shilling. And they have been borrowing this money in a way that if one person borrowed 10,000, will come back with 11,000, which the interest is 10%.
Open defecation was a severe sanitation challenge in the project area. Most latrines were destroyed during the Lord Resistance Army rebellion that forced communities to flee their homes into IDP camps.
So this was an area which was actually heavily affected by infections, diarrheal, infections, there's skin infections. So life was not an easy thing in this village.
In January 2019, AMREF intervened by triggering communities to create demand for acquisition of sanitation facilities in their homesteads. Clusters of 10 homesteads within the same neighborhood were formed to support each member to construct their latrines. As a result, constructions of low-cost latrines started with the cluster members and the youth, helping the elderly and vulnerable to also construct their own facilities.
Yo mai group mai bere group pa ma na ma wa ni we au ti yo wa ro yo yo to we down na la mi le ka pa jo pien gi no mama dong wodi gi no mama de ye dan dong pere dan we yo boga ka wen tie ma leng.
There were four households that had latrines. So, but now you find that there's a rise in the number of latrines, and also some of them are improved because now the behaviors are changing and they are getting to know the importance of having the sanitary facilities. Not like the previous time that a lot of cases that the children suffer from diarrhea, they are not now, they are reduced. Actually, if you go to the health facility, you find that the number that comes from these villages that we have intervention is lowered.
To ensure total defecation-free status, door-to-door visits were later carried out to identify those homesteads that had not yet constructed latrines.
Karamano put pia phone mo berutie ikir me yorkom no wan ki kan wakaro wako idilum ero ku beri karma dong kimi phone borwa wan wakonyo choron karilum dong pere luak ben dong wa luak gang ichangat jam mi duju ma mege dong bu luak gi moy tandara ba ben dong wa moy wa pedok wa moy lum yugi ben dong wa konyo bu yugi dong wa onyo yugi bu yugi.
Geregere is one of the sub-counties that suffered effects of the LRA war. Gender equality and social inclusion was at lowest rate, which declined economic and social development. The female gender was less considered in political, social and economic matters of their communities.
In the previous years, people used to undermine women. But now, we have seen when you empower the women with knowledge, you find they do better as compared to also men.
Kijami ruano luare, kidong ngien ko leo, ikarma no chuan ma no an puri, adonya tela no wadi ti maraj. Chikarma adonya tela, aberu katij matek, anen ni leo miero betie, chikubere leo ti mabe, ribe beti mabe wad kan, kuku bene pere, kitan madago ni yati tela ni ginti ka winya, dog ben ginti ka nyang, purgamo mo ken ko bino, makwako kom leo no ati ruere ye, kubere ngene wada ni ti mabe.
When we organize meetings or sensitization meetings, you find most of the people who attend are women. So this also tells you that when you engage more women to do certain things, you'll find that by the time you need that the results, women have done that in a positive way. So their involvement in the leadership, in the household level, in any other level of leadership is so important.
This project has really helped a lot. I'm grateful for WASH SDG for their contribution towards helping my people at Geregere Sub-County.
We want to thank WASH Alliance specifically for bringing this intervention in the district and more so in this sub-county very much, because it has helped our communities to improve. in the health status.
Even when the program is in its final year, sustainability of the project activities and its benefits has always been put into consideration. In the course of the 5 years, the capacity of the local leaders has been built, communities sensitized and empowered to demand an increased uptake of proper sanitation options, a hub for sanitation technologies constructed, water and sanitation boards and committees trained, and above all, improved the governance environment by supporting the district to have its own water, sanitation and hygiene ordinance, among others.